Okay, so Superman's lying in the snow there. He's injured, he can't move, so he whistles for Krypto. Krypto comes, he shows up, he drags him back to the Fortress of Solitude. Right? Right. So when they get to the Fortress of Solitude, the door opens because it senses Superman's DNA. It only opens and closes when it detects Superman's DNA, right? Yeah, that's what they said. Okay, and then they drag Superman in, and the robots there helping to heal him up and everything, right? Okay, so my question is, if the door only opens when it detects Superman's DNA, how did Krypto get out of the fortress to go fetch Superman in the first place? Oh, I don't really know. Maybe the Fortress of Solitude has some kind of, I don't know, a Kryptonian doggy door or something. A Kryptonian doggy? Are you listening to yourself? Look, I can buy an alien space dog that flies and shoots lasers out of its eyes, sure. But a Kryptonian doggy door? That's just ridiculous. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Commander Go review of James Gunn's Superman. But before I begin the review, I thought it would be fun to talk to an actual superhero for a little bit before we get into this superhero movie. So I reached out and I was able to get a superhero to join me here on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the superhero Pillowman. Rest easy, citizens. Pillowman is here. Well, first off, Pillowman, I think the audience would like to kind of get to know you a little bit. So why don't you tell something about yourself to the audience? Like what are your superpowers? I have the amazing ability to conjure any pillow of any shape or size into existence with a mere thought. So you make pillows? Yes. And, do you fight crime? Yes. With pillows? Yes. From my secret lair, the Pillow Fort, I monitor the city for any signs of crime. And whenever law-abiding citizens are threatened, I rush to the scene to protect the innocent with the cushiony softness of justice. I'm still got stuck on the pillow thing. How does that work exactly? Do you use these pillows when you're fighting criminals? Yes. Over the years, I have become quite adept at deflecting the blows of evildoers with pillows. And you would be surprised how disorienting it really is to the average evildoer when pillows are randomly appearing all around them. Not to mention that whenever I fall, I always have a soft place to land. Okay, yeah, alright, I can kind of see this, with a little out-of-the-box thinking. Yeah, maybe, like, any superpower, even making pillows, could be used to fight crime. Okay, yeah, I'm on board. You have my support. Thank you, citizen. That is much appreciated. So I'm reviewing the new Superman movie today, and I would like to get a real superhero's opinion on Superman. Superman is a real inspiration. Ever since I was young and first discovered I had this amazing pillow ability, I knew that I must use this ability for the good of others. And it was Superman's example that inspired me. In fact, most superheroes I know cite Superman as a major inspiration. We superheroes would not be where we are today if not for Superman. Yeah, me too. He's my favorite superhero, and I just realized what I just said. I guess I should say present company excluded. I'm sorry. No need to apologize. He's my favorite too. But I'm afraid I must go. Somewhere in the city, crime is afoot, and it's time to put evil to bed. Howdy, folks. Cobra Carl here, and it's time for the merch search. Today we're looking at Superman merchandise, and we found some nice ones for you. Let's take a look right now. By the way, if you would like to see more content about pop culture, movies, and TV, then click that subscribe button. And hey, it just might brighten your day too. And now, on with the show. Superman is a 2025 film rebooting the story of the popular DC Comics superhero of the same name. It is directed by James Gunn and is the first official feature film entry into the new DC universe helmed by Gunn. Although this is a brand new version of Superman, this movie skips a retelling of Superman's origin story in favor of a new original story taking place 3 years after Superman's superhero career began. The movie opens with Superman crashing into the snow and ice in Antarctica. He is bleeding, injured, and unable to move. He then whistles for Krypto, the superdog. Krypto soon arrives and drags Superman to his secret lair in the Antarctic, known as the Fortress of Solitude, where robots from his home planet Krypton help him to heal from his injuries. We soon learn that Superman recently prevented the nation of Boravia from launching a military invasion of its neighbor, Jarhanpur. This has sparked controversy since Boravia, despite being a brutal dictatorship, nonetheless maintains an uneasy alliance with the U.S., and Superman was not authorized by the U.S. government to take action against Boravia. More recently, a superpowered individual in an armored suit calling himself the Hammer of Boravia arrived in Superman's home city of Metropolis and attacked the Man of Steel, claiming to be retaliating against Superman on behalf of Boravia. Superman lost this fight, resulting in his injuries and his crash landing in Antarctica. But the Hammer of Boravia is still threatening Metropolis, so as soon as he is sufficiently healed, Superman flies back to Metropolis to begin the fight again. Unbeknownst to the Man of Tomorrow, his arch-enemy, the evil genius, billionaire Lex Luthor, has been monitoring this fight, and has been analyzing Superman's offensive patterns and feeding countermoves to the Hammer of Boravia, which is allowing him to outfight Superman. In addition, Lex was able to track Superman to Antarctica and sent one of his minions to follow him. This allowed her to learn the exact location of Superman's Fortress of Solitude. Once he has this information, Lex tells the Hammer of Boravia to end the fight and leave. Superman, defeated, limps away. To add insult to injury, he now has to deal with the fallout of his controversial decision to intervene in a sovereign nation's political affairs, and while he still has many supporters, there are still many that have begun to question his judgment at least, if not his intentions. Lex then leads an expedition to the Fortress of Solitude. Lex and his team break in, and hack the computers, finding a damaged and corrupted message from Krypton that Superman himself was never able to hear. Lex also kidnaps Krypto and takes both the message and the Superdog back with him. Lex then translates the Kryptonian message and leaks it to the world. The translation suggests that Superman is actually an invader sent from Krypton to take over the Earth. With the damage to Superman's reputation and the captured Krypto as bait, Lex has everything he needs to lure the Man of Steel into a trap and end him forever. Can Superman evade Lex's machinations and repair his damaged reputation? Or does this mean curtains for the Man of Tomorrow? Just before this movie was released, I began to hear rumors that the movie was political, which is usually the last thing you want to hear, particularly in regard to a movie that is rebooting a beloved pop culture franchise. But don't let those rumors sour you on seeing this movie. While the story could be described as political, it's not preaching to its audience about what they should believe about real-world political issues. Instead, it's using the political issues of its own universe to pose interesting questions about the ethics of being a superhero in a world where superheroes and supervillains exist. When the raw, physical power of the superhero dwarfs the combined political and military power of entire nations, is it right to use that power in defiance of the decisions made by those nations' governments? What if doing so will save lives? Plus, the movie leaves the answer somewhat open-ended. The circumstances and plot twists might serve to justify Superman's actions this time. But what about next time? The movie isn't really telling you what to think, just giving you something interesting to think about. The movie also raises issues about reputation. How important a good reputation can be, how hurtful attacks on one's reputation can be, and how to cope with an unfairly tarnished reputation. Despite all this, the movie's tone remains light. It is similar in tone to James Gunn's prior comic book adaptation, Guardians of the Galaxy, just with a bit less snark and a bit more sincerity, befitting the wholesome character of Superman. Gunn does really seem to get the hopeful, optimistic, and perhaps a bit naive characterization of Superman that have led to so many Superman fans over the years. There has been some controversy among fans over the new Superman costume. Personally, I think there are both pros and cons to it. I really like the lighter colors, and I love that the red trunks are back. I'm not a fan of the collar, or of the panel lines. I think that molded in muscles, or a spandex material that highlighted the actor's own physique, would have given it more of that superhero look, instead of looking more like athletic wear. But this is a minor concern that doesn't really take away from the movie. As a Superman fan, I am happy to see Krypto make his debut in a live-action Superman feature film, and I think that animal lovers and dog owners will really enjoy the Superdog's role in this movie. So do I recommend James Gunn's Superman? Definitely. Superman is my favorite superhero, and I thought this movie really did the character and his world justice. I think I would still rank it below Richard Donner's Superman the movie, which has an epic quality that is missing from Gunn's movie, but I still think this is going to be one of my new favorite Superman movies.